Welcome to the Proper Project Management YouTube channel, where we provide project management training, tips, suggestions and advice to help you run your projects more successfully. So if you're a current project manager or are soon looking to become one, then be sure to subscribe. Now today we are going to be looking at scope in project management, and specifically, what is project scope? What is the purpose of defining it? What is the project scope process? And the benefits of defining project scope. So what is project scope? Well, project scope is defining what a project aims to deliver and what factors define its success. So establishing project scope typically takes place in the initiation phase of a project, and it's one of the first steps taken to plan and manage that project. And it's primarily concerned with defining and controlling what is and what is not included in a project. And doing so, it prevents the risk of any misunderstanding, it prevents a project from changing direction, and it prevents the emergence of issues and several requests for change. So essentially, it helps keep a project on track. Now, the purpose of defining project scope. It essentially keeps a project to plan and keeps it on time as well. And it helps to determine the project goals, the justification for the project, why are we doing this? It defines the project requirements, the overall strategy. It provides insight into any potential constraints or the budget. It provides a breakdown of required tasks required for the project to be a success. It gives a cost-benefit analysis, and it shows the key deliverables and some of the deadlines involved. Now, one way of looking at project scope is that it is the guiding force that is referred to throughout the project and will ensure that it is kept on track. So what is the process? What does it look like? Well, the project management body of knowledge defines there to be 6 different scope management processes. Now these are planning scope management. So a scope management plan will be created using input from the project plan, the project charter, and discussion with the different project stakeholders involved. There will be some requirements that need to be collected from the different stakeholders. And that's put into a requirements management plan, and that includes the views and feedback from the stakeholders, and it can come in the form of conversations, focus group sessions, surveys, or the submission of different forms. And all of these responses will be documented to refer to. Then the scope will be defined. So a project scope statement will be drawn up considering the above, including those requirements from the stakeholders. And this project scope statement will provide the overview of the core objective of the project. Next up will be the creation of the work breakdown structure, also known as the WBS. And that's created to provide a visual of the project, outlining the hierarchical nature of the work, the deliverables, and all the tasks that will be required and by when. Next, the scope will need to be validated. So the project specifics, including those deliverables, will be analysed and reviewed, and they can be accepted, rejected, or there can be a request for change. And this essentially makes sure that the project is going ahead for the right reasons. And lastly, and when the project is underway, the scope needs to be controlled, and that ensures that the original outline and purpose of the project is kind of met, and ongoing reports are often created and compared back to any of the original documentation to ensure that the project is running appropriately and accordingly. So lastly, why would a project manager create their project scope and their management plan? Well, here are the main benefits. There's more than this. These are just the kind of key ones to be aware of. Well, it ensures the project is viable and worthwhile. So it's ensuring validity. It helps to prevent scope creep, so a project changing uncontrollably or the project not delivering on the key objectives as initially desired. It defines how long deliverables should take to complete. It provides a clear understanding of what the project will deliver or should deliver. It provides a moment for stakeholders to review and ensure the project should proceed. It can set expectations. It can prioritise and reduce ad hoc work requests, and as part of this can help save a lot of time, money and effort. And it facilitates productive communications with all of the main stakeholders and their team. Now that is project scope in a nutshell. I hope this was useful for you. If it was, be sure to subscribe and hit a like. And if there's any questions that you have about this presentation, please do drop a comment down below. Or if there are any other topics you would like me to cover in future videos, also let me know in the comment section. Now I hope you have a wonderful day and all the best.